This is section 5.1, day 2, percents, fractions, and decimals. Our objective today is still to convert between fractions, decimals, and percents. Today we're going to talk about changing fractions to percents and percents to fractions. To change a fraction to a percent, we use a calculator to convert the fraction to a decimal. Remember, numerator divided by denominator. And then we rewrite the decimal as a percent. One big hint, if the denominator is 100, the numerator is the percent. To change a percent to a fraction, we write the percent as a fraction with a denominator of 100, and then we simplify. So we're going to write these fractions as percents. So I divide using my calculator. 7 divided by 10 is 0.7. Now I change this into a percent by moving my decimal 2 spots to the right, so I get 70%. 3/5, we divide 3 divided by 5, we get 0.6. Move my decimal 2 places to the right, and I get 60%. 120 divided by 160 is 0.75. Move my decimal 2 places to the right, and I get 75%. Try these 3 on your own. Write these fractions as percents. 11 over 20 is written as 0.55, so that becomes 55%. 4 divided by 25 is 0.16, so that is 16%. And 21 divided by 40 is 0.525, so that is 52.5%. Now we're going to write percents as fractions in simplest form. So we take our number, 29, we just write it over 100, and now we simplify if we can. 29 and 100 have no factors in common, so we're done. For b, we take 45 and we write it over 100. Now I know 45 and 5 can both be divided by 5. 45 and 100 can both be divided by 5. So I get 9 over 20, and that doesn't simplify anymore, so I'm done. Now the decimals are where it gets tricky, because we write 12.5 over 100, but we can't have a decimal within our fraction. So we need to multiply by 10 to get rid of that decimal. So I get 125 over 1,000 now. Now I can simplify. I know that 5 goes into both of these. So that makes 25 over 200. Oh, that can simplify more. So divide them both by 25, and I get 1 over 8. So 12.5% is 1/8. Try these 3 on your own. All right, 51% is written as 51 over 100, and then that does not simplify. 25% is 25 over 100. That simplifies to 1/4. And 6% is 6 over 100, which simplifies to 3 over 50. Now we're going to write some common percents as fractions. These will be ones that you can just know and not have to do any work to figure out. So if you see the fraction, you can change it to a percent. If you see the percent, you can change it to a fraction. So 10% is 1/10 as a fraction. 20% is 1/5. 25% is 1/4. 30% is 3/10. 40% is 2/5. 50% is 1/2. 60% is 3/5. 70% is 7/10. 75% is 3/4. 80% is 4/5. 90% is 9/10. And 100% is just 1. So if you see any of these fractions, you can just skip right to the percent. And if you see any of the percents, you can skip right to the fractions. These are some common ones that you'll see a lot. Now we are going to order from least to greatest. So I have a set of numbers here, and I want to put them in order. Well, I can't put them in order because they're all in different forms. So I'm going to choose to put them all into decimal form, because I've already got 2 that are decimals. 37% I know is 0.37. So 1/400, I take 1 divided by 400, and I get 0.0025. Now I can put them in order. Obviously 0.0025 is the smallest. So 1/400 is first. Then I have 0.52, 0.37, and 0.19. 0.19 is next, then 0.37, which is 37%, and the largest is 0.52. And there we have it. Now you're going to try these two, put them in order from least to greatest. All right, for the first one, 3/10 is 0.3 and 11/25 is 0.44. So to put them in order, 29% is 0.29, so that would be the smallest. Then 30.3, so 3/10. Then would come 11/25, and last but not least, last but greatest, 0.74. For B, 15% is 0.15, 7/20 is 0.35, we have 0.08, and 500% is 5. So the smallest of these is 0.08, so we're going to start there. Then would be 0.15, or 15%. Then would come my 0.35, or 7/20, and then 500% because it is 5. Here's your sign.